to the second half of the free public transport. Today is April 23rd, Saturday. As you can see, few minutes past 10:15 in the evening, and now I'm at domestic airport, taking a train back to Epping via Central. Again, free public transport does not apply to airport station. That is regardless of international or domestic airport stations, because they have airport station access fee, which is kind of a bullshit thing, but like practical in reality. In the first half video, I tried to get off at Mascot, tap off and then wait for the next train, tap on again to domestic airport in order to, in attempt to save $8.30 based on, because it's $15.13 from Epping to domestic airport. From Epping to Mascot, that is free, but from Mascot to domestic airport, that's $6.83. I realized last time I could not save that $8.30, so next station is Mascot, right? But so this time, April 23rd, Saturday evening, I will not get off at Mascot, tap off, then tap on to wait for my next train, from Mascot. So to get back to Epping from domestic airport, I will take the train all the way to Central, then change trains, whatever, back to Epping, where I live. Good morning, everyone. Today it's April 24th of Sunday after Easter Sunday, and it's 9:40 a.m. in the morning, and as usual I'm gonna go to my church, Southwest Evangelical Church in Kingsgrove, to attend the 11 a.m. English service. As usual, or more practical, I will take the train from here, Epping, to Burwood, then change the bus from Burwood to Kingsgrove. So train from Epping to Burwood, all sorts train to Burwood though, then bus from Burwood to Kingsgrove. Well, apparently I did not take off the train at Burwood and then change the bus to Kingsgrove, because there are some activities, I think, in Burwood Road which lead to the bus detour, which means diverted via other roads as well. Because I experienced last time, I did not realize, as soon as I got off the train from Burwood, then I realized, oh shit, there is detour in Burwood because of some activities again in Burwood Road. And then I eventually came to church late for the 11 a.m. service. So this time, instead, I will take the train from Epping all the way to Central, then change trains from Central to Kingsgrove. So there are trains from Central to Kingsgrove as well. Yes, so not a train from Epping to Burwood, then bus from Burwood to Kingsgrove. Instead, train from Epping all the way to Central, then train from Central to Kingsgrove.
So it's technically like, if I'm just adding cards, I think it's only people do anything, but on top of that, there was like this. I don't know why, but it's just
So just now, after service, we have church lunch. I know you guys will say, oh, we're using disposable bags and also those of fork, which might be not that environmentally friendly, because previous church lunches we serve on a those normal plate, and also we do have other metal fork and spoon available, but I guess for COVID-19 reasons. Anyway, so the lunch, I mean the food for today's lunch is actually if I'm correct, red curry chicken with some rice with of course the side characters, carrot and also potatoes as well. And you can also add some jalapeno, if I'm correct, or if I pronounce it correctly, to add a bit more taste to your rice. Of course, the sauce you can I mean kind of adjust to your liking, but the chicken it's really tender and smooth as well. Of course, if you have other dietary requirements such as non-dairy or I mean vegetarian, there are other options as well. But I mean I'm not. I mean basically I do not have any dietary requirements, so I'm not sure what other foods are. But actually today's church lunch tastes pretty good. So now I'm at Walleye Creek. I've just took the train from Kingsgrove to here, Walleye Creek, and then I'm actually going to Wollongong. So Wollongong, you can say it's not in Sydney, but it's a small town, a bit southwest or south on, I mean south to Sydney, on a coast. I mean it's a coastal city, but as you can see from this platform, Walleye Creek Station, platform 4, there are no trains to Wollongong because there is basically track work on South Coast Line to Wollongong. So as there's no direct train to Wollongong, obviously there are bus replacement services, and from here Walleye Creek I'm gonna take the train 5 stops: Rockdale, Cockburn, Hurstville, Mortdale, Sutherland, and then from Sutherland there is a replacement bus goes all the way to Wollongong. It's an express bus because from Sutherland it takes only North Wollongong then to Wollongong. So again, just now from Kingsgrove here, Kingsgrove there to Walleye Creek here, and then from Walleye Creek to Sutherland, and then Sutherland take the replacement bus. Unfortunately, no trains today, or I mean with tomorrow as well, because of the Anzac Day long weekend. From from here Walleye Creek to Sutherland, then Sutherland replacement bus all the way down to Wollongong. So now I'm at Sutherland Station taking the replacement bus to Wollongong. So because this replacement bus is originally the route South Coast Line. So South Coast Line is Sydney's intercity, one of the Sydney intercity train service. So it's actually I'm now taking the coach, not the normal bus. So coach means looks like this, and you've got a seat belt as well. Of course, I have fastened for my courtesy. So now I'm taking the replacement bus, the South Coast Line replacement bus from Sutherland down to Wollongong. First stop North Wollongong, and then all the way to Wollongong. So now I'm already at coastline, which allows, which leads to different beaches just now it's not raining. I mean, it hasn't rained yet because now it's already raining. Thankfully, it's not that heavy, but it's quite frequent. Not heavy, but frequent. Anyway, so that lighthouse, it's the Wollongong Lighthouse. So these are the breakwaters, and here is a lighthouse. Yes, and these breakwaters, as you can see, break water, right? Compound noun is to break the waters from the Tasman Sea, I believe, flowing inside the harbour of Wollongong. As you can see, with today's weather, the wave today, as you can see, it's pretty big, I guess. Oh, that's pretty high. So just now, as you can see, the wave can be as big as covered like half of the pathway. Time for dinner in Wollongong before I head back home. So I'm now actually at a vegetarian or a vegan restaurant called Karma Tea House near Wollongong Central Wollongong Station. So I got myself, the main, it's combination of laksa with different kind of vegetables, as you can see. I got myself a vegan version of crispy chicken. I haven't tried that before, but I'll try what actually the food, the crispy food is with the sweet and chili sauce. For drinks. That so-called vegan crispy chicken. It's the entree, and for drink I got myself a iced lemon tea. So dinner done. Time to get home. So Karma Tea House, obviously it's not a tea house, it's a vegetarian and also vegan restaurant. So I had the combination laksa, that is according to the menu, it's vegetarian, and then the so-called crispy chicken, which is actually made of soy protein, that is vegan. The staff told me, or I asked the staff actually, he asked me if I'm the first time to visit this restaurant. I said yes, and then he said, this restaurant used to be in Nantian Temple a couple of years ago. So for your reference, Nantian Temple is the largest Buddhist temple in the southern hemisphere, and it's located somewhere pretty near to Wollongong, but I haven't been to before because I'm a Christian. I won't really go to Nantian Temple or other Buddhist temple for whatever reason. But anyway, okay, back to the food itself. It's really tasty, and there are 7 vegetables in the laksa. It's kind of sweet, I would say, because there is some carrot in the laksa. There are other ingredients that I forget, but I already posted on Facebook and Instagram as this video is uploaded, so you guys can go to my Facebook and Instagram to have a reference. And the crispy chicken, well, a vegan version of crispy chicken, it's actually, yes, it's made of soy protein, so it's tofu and gluten. Obviously it's kind of a bit hard to mimic the feel of eating chicken, but well, it's vegan though, so it's actually pretty interesting, and it's also crispy as well with the sweet and chili sauce, which is pretty appetizing. And last but not least, it's actually a pretty good deal, so I actually paid $27, yes, $27 for just now some dinner, $13 for the laksa, $9 for the vegan crispy chicken, and also $5 for the iced lemon teas. Personally, I feel that's a pretty good value. Not obviously it's not really cheap, but at least it's pretty good value with decent portion, so they won't bullshit you on how much they give you. They give you the adequate the decent amount to you, so that you will feel, at least I feel quite full after I finish the dinner, because I well, not only laksa I had, but also with the crispy chicken and iced lemon tea. So I feel pretty impressed with this restaurant, Karma Tea House in Wollongong. If I visit here sometime next time, I would give a second shot to this restaurant, Karma Tea House. Today is April 25th, Monday. You can say the last full day of the free public transport. Today is a bit special. Today is actually a public holiday called Anzac Day. So Anzac stands for Australia and New Zealand armed crops. So you can think about, this day is a bit military or a bit memorial. Yes, because this day it's to to remember those basically Anzac, right? Australia and New Zealand armed crops who sacrificed themselves and during the Gallipoli War. So yeah, it's a memorial day. No, okay. So now what I would say later on, I'm not to offend any Aussie or Kiwi followers or people, because it's just because I'm not born in either Australia and New Zealand. I'm from Hong Kong, grow from Hong Kong before I came here for tertiary education, January. So this Anzac Day might not be that culturally or historically relevant to me, but anyways, in this so-called Anzac Monday, there's still a free public transport, which is the last full day. So today I'm gonna utilize kind of as much as I can to end or to wrap up this free public transport in not only Sydney but also other New South Wales area. So follow me and I will let you guys let you guys see how I spend this free public transport on this last day. Follow me. So now actually I'm heading up north in this last full day of free public transport. Also Anzac Day, because today is Monday, April 25th. So okay, Anzac Day is gonna be, every year it's gonna be April 25th, but today is Monday, so Anzac Monday. Yes, I'm heading up north, but before heading that up north, probably going to have some lunch in Hornsby, and it's going to be a all-stops train to Hornsby from here, Epping. Of course, if you can, you can catch a express train from Epping direct to Hornsby, but I did not, so that's why. Not sure if we can see there before Sydney Metro came into place. I think in late May 2019, there is a rail track, which there's a train line which goes all the way down to the current platform where Sydney Metro is in. But obviously now, since May 2019 with the Sydney Metro, this rail track was removed. On the other side as well. So now I'm gonna take the all-stops train. Unfortunately, I did not catch the express train from Epping all the way to Hornsby. So first stop it's Cheltenham, then Beecroft, Helen Hills, Thornley, Normanhurst and Hornsby. So 4 stops train as in 6 stops from here Epping to Hornsby. So now I'm at the Refinery Espresso, a cafe in Hornsby, to have my lunch. So the Refinery Espresso is on the right-hand side of the station. Right-hand side as in when you exit the station. The Refinery Espresso is on the right. I will put the address or the details of this restaurant in my Facebook and Instagram post, so be sure to follow. So on the right, yes, you turn right when you exit the station, because extra information, Hornsby Westfield is on the left hand side of the station, so easy to remember. This cafe, the Refinery Espresso, is on the opposite side of the Westfield to the station. Okay. What I got, it's a minestrone soup. It comes with a piece of bread, and for drink I got myself a cup of flat white. So here is Station Street, the right hand side of the Hornsby station. What I mean by where the Refinery Espresso is, it's not actually directly like kind of to the right of Hornsby station. It's you exit from the right hand side, of course, then through the Station Street, then you walk to the Coronation Street, if I pronounce it correctly, and then the cafe, it's up there. The Refinery Espresso is up there. So once you exit station, turn right, passing through the road, Station Street, and then turn around the corner, Coronation Street, and yes, the Refinery Espresso is just up there. Back to Hornsby Station, ready to continue on my journey. On my left hand side, it's T1 North Shore Line. On my right hand side, it's T9 Northern Line. Just now I took the all-stop train. That is the T9 Northern Line from Epping, 6 stops, Cheltenham, Beecroft, Pennant Hills, Thornley, Normanhurst, and then all the way come up here to Hornsby. And to continue my journey, I will take the, you can see the express train coming in around 6 minutes from here, not all the way to Newcastle, but probably to Central Coast, which is aka Gosford. Thankfully, with express train, it's only 2 stops from Hornsby. First stop Woy Woy, then Gosford. And yes, with the free public transport, it covers an intercity train as well, such as this one, Central Coast and Newcastle line that I'm taking from Hornsby. Again, 2 stops, Woy Woy, then Gosford. So with the express train from Hornsby, it took less than 45 minutes from Hornsby, 1 stop Woy Woy, then 2nd stop is already here at Gosford. So if I could take the express train, from Epping to Hornsby just now for lunch, that will be only 1 stop. And also, if I did not take the express train from Hornsby to Gosford, as you can see, there are how many stops here? So Asquith, Mancola, Mankaringa, Barara, Cowan, Hawkesbury, River, Wonderbine, Woy Woy, Coolawong, Tascott, Point Clear, and that is Gosford. If I did not take the express train from Hornsby to Gosford, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That would have been 12 stops if kind of all-stop intercity train, Central Coast and Newcastle line from Hornsby to Gosford. Yes, but with the just now I took the express train, it's only 2 stops from Hornsby, Woy Woy, then Gosford. 2 stops only with the express train compared to the 12 stops all-stops train from Hornsby to Gosford. So I'm actually going to the Longjettywharf in the entrance. So actually not in Gosford, so I will need to take a bus to get there from Gosford station, which the next bus should come in around 10 less than 10 minutes, so let's wrap up what I have in the refinery espresso just now for lunch in Gosford. So the minestrone soup, basically minestrone soup, it's basically mixed vegetables soup. You can see pretty much I mean, you can put whatever vegetables you want, but they put cheese in there. So because if you put cheese in the minestrone soup, that will become vegetarian, not vegan. Because if you are vegan, you won't put cheese. Yes, if it's vegan, you won't put cheese. But if it is vegetarian, then you might put cheese in the minestrone soup. I mean, I don't have dietary, any like dietary requirement, but I see like, okay, cheese in the minestrone soup, so I'm like cheese in minestrone soup, so I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm not sure if what Italians will feel, but that's my observation. Yes, there is cheese in this minestrone soup, but I believe like if you are a vegan, you can definitely ask for if there's like any cheese products in other stuff as well, like especially if there is cheese supposedly in the minestrone soup, then you can ask for without cheese if you are vegan. And the bread, it will be appreciated if they kind of toast it, because its texture is a bit soft. It can be I mean, if you toast the bread, it will make the texture a bit more crunchy when you depends on how you eat with the minestrone soup. But yeah, it's I mean, like this cafe, it's okay, but not like wow standard. But it's just because, you know, today, Anzac Monday, April 25th, the last full day of free public transport on the tram. I mean, to get the most of it, then I stopped by Hornsby in order to get to Gosford here, then to the entrance, then for try that cafe. But if you ask me if I would visit the refinery espresso one more time, if there is someone if I have some friends who live in Hornsby or some maybe whatever catch, there might be. But if like for myself, this might be the last time for me, in my opinion, honestly. Here we are at the long jetty. As you can see, it is pretty long, because I mean, in fact, Long Jetty is the longest jetty here in New South Wales, with 351 meters long. 351 meters long. Why it needs to be that long? A bit of information. The Long Jetty extends to the Tuggerah Lake. So here is the Tuggerah Lake, and it used to be for fishing and transport purposes. All the way up to the opposite side, not up to, yes, but opposite side of the Tuggerah Lake, which is Wyong. And it needs to be that long, 351 meters long for Long Jetty, in order to allow larger ferries to reach through, so that you can allow transport and also fishing to come through between here and also the opposite side of this Tuggerah Lake, Wyong. But for now, it becomes a social mediable spot for people to take photos, videos or so. Or as you can see, there are some people sitting down here to chill, or at the some sort of end, some people are fishing. If you guys have remembered or could have recognized, I actually went here around, less than, but almost 1.5 years ago. This time, I guess some differences are there are actually some 1, 2, 3, 4 large seats over there for people to sit around, apart from sitting on the grass. And also the top end, the further end of the Long Jetty, it seems, it's actually not accessible for some reason. Probably because of previous flooding across different areas in New South Wales. So this time you can't actually walk through to the the long jetty to the very end, but I guess or I think you can actually walk to somewhere around where those people are fishing. So this is the long jetty, the longest jetty here in New South Wales, which extends to the Tuggerah Lake. Here's the thing, even though with those barrier, you can still walk through the long jetty to where I'm standing until where those two young guys are sitting, because you can't even like further access to the very like that top end of the long jetty, because that's the that's where the long jetty actually broke. Even though you still you can still walk here, even though like it's the surface is a bit or quite unstable from the barrier halfway through the long jetty. Still stable, but not that stable until where the two guys are sitting over there. That it's pretty quite unstable, and that's the like for me, or in my opinion, that's the furthest point you can walk through the long jetty. So unfortunately you can't actually walk the whole 351 meters. I guess you can still walk around 330 to 40 something meters up to where the two guys are sitting. So even though like the surface is not that flat, not that good, you can still walk. It's still kind of relatively safe over there, but not that's the furthest point. It's where those two where those two young guys are sitting over there. If you want to know more about the long jetty, you can have a look outside the toilet, also outside the long jetty, if you want to know more before you go inside the toilet to shit and or poo. Okay, back in Gosford, taking the bus from the long jetty for the last supper of the last full day of the free public transport. I'm at mapobbqgosford Korean restaurant for my dinner. So I got myself a spicy soft tofu stew. It comes with rice, and as always banchan. There are 5 banchan. I also got myself a fried shrimp, as you can see. For extra 6 pieces of fried shrimp, it comes with some sweet and chili sauce. For drink, I got myself a can of pear juice. So that's my dinner. Spicy soft tofu stew comes with rice, 5 banchan, 6 pieces of fried shrimp with sweet chili sauce, and also a can of pear juice. So now I'm waiting the train from Gosford back to Epping. It's unfortunately not that express. The next train should come in around 20-ish minutes. Not that express as in not Gosford and then Woy Hornsey to Epping. It's you can say all stops to Berowra, but from Berowra to Hornsey, it's directly to Hornsey. It does not stop at Mount Ku-ring-gai, Mount Colah and Asquith, as you can see just now on the way from Hornsey to Gosford. So it's all stops to Berowra from here, Gosford, and then to Hornsey, and then to Epping. So talking about the dinner, the spicy soft tofu stew, because like I can eat kind of spicy, so in my opinion this stew is kind of mildly spicy. But if you guys go eat at Korean restaurants and order like some sort of a spicy soft tofu stew or soup, you will realize it's not only tofu but also different veggies like zucchini, mushrooms, sometimes some seafood. There are two kinds of seafood in the stew, like small clams and prawn, and even some eggs as well. Different Korean restaurants will serve like eggs in the stew differently. Some they would already like put the egg in the stew already, or some they would give it to you. I mean, like a raw egg for you, and then you will kind of deal with the egg by yourself to the stew. But for this spicy soft tofu stew, they already put the egg inside the stew. The fried shrimp, well, there are 6 pieces of fried shrimp, as you can see, or as I mentioned, probably you should see it, like 6 pieces of fried shrimp. It's pretty crispy, and the batter the batter with the shrimp, as you can see probably, or I can tell you, it's pretty thin, so that's actually pretty good for fried shrimp. I am a bit surprised about their service of banchan, which is basically side dish in Korean. As you can see, there are 5 banchan. So I tried to ask them, ask the staff, female staff, young female staff. Okay, I tried to ask them, if I could ask for more banchan. I want to finish, of course, as in kimchi and bean sprout. So kimchi and bean sprout are some of the common banchan. I want to ask these two for more, but then she said, they can't serve like extra banchan because what I ordered, the spicy soft tofu stew, is like a meal. You can order for extra banchan if you order like those barbecue menus. So mine one is a meal menu, so she said I could not get extra banchan, which I feel like pretty how I should say, a bit surprised about me not getting extra banchan. I've already finished like a first round of banchan, but she said, because you ordered meal menu, not from the barbecue menu, so you can't get. I do not understand, so I feel like a bit surprised. So that's the second part of the free public transport. So I came back, from domestic airport, and then on Sunday, after going to church, I went to Wollongong, and then today I stopped in Hornsby for lunch, and then came to Gosford. So basically, in general, in summary, free public transport. Free as in it's free on buses, ferries, light rails, and trains as well. You still have to tap on and off with your Opal card mainly, or like Visa, MasterCard, or credit card. Also, you still have to tap on and off in order to receive like a zero, actually fare free. There are some exceptions though, so not in regional New South Wales services, and also airport station. That is regardless of international airport, or in my case, domestic airport. You still have to pay. It's not free on like domestic airport, like back to Epping or Epping to domestic airport. You still have to pay, and it's not free. For trains, as I mentioned, and buses, yes. So regional trains and coaches, you still have to pay, but for other thing else, trains is totally free. Of course, apart from airport station, that not only includes the Sydney trains, but also intercity trains as well, such as today Central Coast and Newcastle line, or yesterday South Coast line. But of course, replaced by replacement bus because of the track work, or even before Easter, the Blue Mountains line as well. Those intercity train lines are also free as well. So hopefully, I'm not sure how, if there is a free public transport in Sydney or other parts of New South Wales, not sure how it will be the same or not. But that's the end of the free public transport. in terms of how I utilize it. Hopefully you guys will enjoy by liking this video and subscribing to this channel and following my Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat, and also yes, Twitter, so you guys won't miss out my other relevant information. And that's the end of the day, that's the end of the free public transport, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.